Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode by Defense Today, and today we're going to discuss some interesting movements in the space of defense. We're to begin with Russia's international debuts in the Dubai Airshow, then we'll discuss on-use MQ-9B UAS for surveillance in the Middle East. We'll wrap up with the Hudson Report on U.S. aircraft refueling infrastructure. Let's begin our Defense Today updates with Russia's international debuts of military aircrafts in Dubai. In the Dubai Airshow of 2021, Russia is going for the international debut of some of their military aircrafts. Report says that among the latest Russian aircrafts, they're going to debut Sukhoi 75 Checkmate, a light fighter craft, as well as some other Russian helicopters, such as Mi-28NE, Ka-52, Mi-171A2, and Ka-226T. Russia had earlier unveiled their Su-75 aircraft at their MAX 2021 airshow in Moscow. A representative of Rostec had commented that Checkmate has attracted great interest abroad. The Emirates is an excellent platform for presenting the aircraft to a wide range of potential partners. As per recent reports, this participation in Dubai Airshow 2021 will be the first international airshow for Su-75 Checkmate aircraft. To further sponsor interest in the aircraft, Rostec has revealed a perfume line dedicated to the fifth-generation fighter. Su-75 Checkmate has a superb range as well as speed while being much lighter in weight. It has a good weight-carrying capacity, unique avionic characteristics, and low visibility. It's also equipped with technologies to counter both modern and advanced air defense systems. Other than Su-75, Ka-52 Alligator, a Russian reconnaissance and attack helicopter, will also be making its debut in the Dubai Airshow. Ka-52 is a coaxial rotorcraft that was first deployed by the Russian Navy and is now operated by the Egyptian Navy. As per sources, Ka-52 Alligator can preserve a low visual and acoustic signature. For restricting the exposure, it's fitted with an integral electronic protection system and active countermeasures. Due to the coaxial rotor system, it can be easily used for operations on landing decks and below-deck hangars of ships. Especially, it has the capacity to move in a small space with perfect maneuverability. Mi-28NE, a Russian attack helicopter, specially known as Night Hunter, will also take part in the Dubai Airshow. Report says Mi-28NE will take part in the show both for the static exposition and also for the flight program of the airshow. As known, Mi-28NE is made for reconnaissance and attack missions. It can easily destroy main battle tanks, armored vehicles, and infantry, as well as air targets traveling at lower speeds. This helicopter can easily operate on day as well as on night and can work under harsh weather conditions. Night Hunter is designed to survive harsh battle conditions and, due to the small visual signature strength, and is equipped with a partly armored fuselage. Thus, it can resist significant battle damage. In the airshow, Night Hunter will perform tricky aero maneuvers using its powerful engines and unique rotor design. Two more Russian helicopters will be part of the Dubai Airshow. Those are the Mi-171A2 and Ka-226T. Mi-171A2 is an advanced, heavy, multi-role helicopter that delivers outstanding levels of reliability, safety, and comfort. Report says that the completion of the airshow, the Mi-171A2 helicopter presented in the show will be given to its first operator. On the other hand, Ka-226T is a coaxial helicopter and will take part in the event. It has a special capability for operations at high altitudes, so it's popularly known as Climber. It's also a modernized version of the Ka-226, with a number of design upgrades along with improved aerodynamics. The fuselage of the Ka-226T is made from modern, lightweight materials. Ka-226T has received a new rotor hub, blades, and main gearbox, as well as a crash-worthy, impact-resistant fuel system, which meets increased safety requirements. The modernized Ka-226T is the first helicopter in Russia to be manufactured according to digital design documentation. This process makes it possible to drastically reduce the time for building the machine and to start flight tests in quick succession. Our next update is based on the MQ-9B Sky Guardian. The MQ-9B Sky Guardian and its maritime-focused variant, the Sea Guardian, are the right choice for carrying out missions across the Middle East and North Africa. Those unmanned aerial systems, transformational endurance, growing suite of payloads, and proven record of accomplishment establishes that they can take over all the intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, border security, maritime domain awareness, and many other essential roles and missions. Unmanned aerial systems have revolutionized military, security, and other government operations because they do what human-crewed aircraft cannot. As we can see, they can spend hour after hour aloft, longer than conventional aircraft, and could track specific targets, conducting wide-area surveillance, or both. The MQ-9B builds on this basis with more endurance to work over nearly 40 hours at a time and is also equipped with better sensors. Report says that the MQ-9B will have good flexibility in operating in the Middle East and North Africa. It's expected that an MQ-9B might take off clean with no payload and fly a mission one day overland, helping in maintaining border security. It can also take off installed with surface search radar for a maritime domain awareness mission over the open ocean. The aircraft might be tasked with crossing back and forth over coastal areas or monitoring over a strategic waterway. Now we'll take a look at our final update, where the Hudson Report forewarns danger in the U.S.'s air refueling capability. Recently, Hudson Institute has produced a report titled Resilient Aerial Refueling: Safeguarding the U.S. Military's Global Reach. This report, written by Timothy Walton and Brian Clark of the Institute's Center for Defense Concepts and Technology, state about the U.S. military's tanker fleet and have nearly given warnings that possibly U.S. tanker fleet may fall short at the time of need, risking U.S.'s global position. The report states that the U.S. military's aerial refueling capability has become brittle and aged, placing the nation at risk of being unable to sustain combat against a major adversary. The report said, in 2021, the U.S. aerial refueling enterprise is losing altitude. This report pointed out that since the Cold War period to present, tankers are used, but in the advancing area of the military's tankers, U.S.'s average tanker is about 52 years old, which is arousing tension. Report says that delay in carrying up the new KC-46 Pegasus tanker into operation can make matters worse, as older KC Extender and KC-135 Stratotanker airframes are retired before their successor aircraft and crews are ready. The report argues that enhancing the Pentagon's aerial refueling capabilities should be a top priority for the Defense Department and should receive an additional $6.3 billion throughout the next decade. The report stated, funding for these investments could be drawn from additional resources, other elements of the U.S. Air Force budget, or if necessary, by reducing the procurement rate of KC-46A or bridge tankers. Even if it comes at the expense of aircraft, improved surface architecture has the net effect of improving the tanker's fleet effective offload capacity. Reduction in the number of Air Force's tankers from 701 to nearly 473 has put great pressure on the fleet, in turn lessening the pace of easy deployment of forces anywhere in the world. The tanker fleets used at present already face a high pace of operations. Thus, in case of any emergency, there will be a drastic shortfall in work speed. The Hudson Report stated, without significant changes, risks fielding air forces unable to conduct complex, distributed operations at scale. During conflict, adversaries may be emboldened to exploit vulnerabilities in both the brittle aerial refueling architecture and U.S. operational plans more broadly. As the strength of the U.S. aerial refueling architecture becomes a weakness, U.S. military forces may be incapable of deterring or defeating aggression. According to the Hudson Report, the Air Force will need to tackle improvements to its aerial refueling in various ways. Only adding tankers will not help. The report further said that they must prioritize on building up airfields, bulk fuel storage and distribution, and also for defenses in the Indo-Pacific region, cost of which is roughly $633 million per year for the next decade, and then $40 million annually afterward. The report says that using this strategy, they could boost the military tanker capacity in the Indo-Pacific region by almost 63% in a time span of 10 years, and by 2041 the tanker fleet will almost double. The report even said that the U.S. Air Force may procure fewer tankers to pay for those other major improvements. As a warning, the report states that if the Air Force doesn't increase their refueling infrastructure on the ground or distribute its forces and fuel stores in good numbers, then they may find themselves in danger during any conflict with China. The Defense Department should improve the architecture's resilience by evolving today's brittle posture to a more distributed one that leverages clusters of mutually supporting military and civil airfields on U.S. allied and partner territory, consistent with the U.S. Air Force's Agile Combat Employment concept. That's all for today. Please don't forget to check out our videos on Top 10 series. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your valuable feedback in the comment section. This will help us to improve.